almost knocked that light over.
I mean, you know, that's how it goes some days.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Natasha's back.
Hello!
And we're going to be watching another cartoon today. It's older than the D&D cartoon, and it's worse.
Subjectively, probably. I tried, I actually had the DVD for a while, and I tried to watch it, and I didn't get very far.
Yeah, this is the Star Trek animated series from 1973 to 4.
Yes.
Shockingly, they didn't get a second season.
Oh, shockingly. Shockingly.
I haven't seen any of this.
I vaguely remember getting through part of the first episode and then just turning it off.
Yeah.
If you like it, I'm not knocking it at all. It's a lot. It's definitely something that would do well on this channel, I think.
I've seen the PSA about how you shouldn't do drugs that they did around the same era, and that's it. That's the only animated thing I've seen from Star Trek.
If I might add, it is also important to always tell the truth.
That's the lesson here, isn't it?
I think they have some of the original actors voicing. I don't think they have all of them, but I don't remember how many they have. I think William Shatner at least is. I think Leonard Nimoy did it too.
Yeah, I recently just covered The Pagemaster, and Leonard Nimoy does the voice of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I thought about you.
I love Leonard Nimoy.
Also, Patrick Stewart is Adventure, the book.
Okay.
It's like a pirate book.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just gonna get into it.
Yeah, we're just gonna dive in.
Space, the final frontier.
I don't think that's William Shatner.
These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise.
That didn't sound like William Shatner.
No.
Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds.
If I look it up and it's William Shatner, I'm gonna be really upset.
It's got a slightly different theme song, starring the voices of William Shatner. I don't think he did the intro, though.
Or he just wanted to mess with us, and he was like, I'm gonna sound like somebody trying to sound like me.
I'm 52% sure. Okay, so it's got Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, and William Shatner.
Which one is DeForest Kelley again?
DeForest Kelley is Bones.
Got it.
Yesteryear. Now, DC Fontana, a lot of, I believe DC Fontana wrote one of the original series as well, but DC Fontana has also written a bunch of the Star Trek novels, the fanfiction novels. So there's a couple that have been, they write.
One of these days, we're gonna have to do a dramatic reading of one of those novels.
I have many, and some of my favorites, and then some of them are just like, what? I still have the one named Corona. I have not read that one.
That's a crazy one.
That may be the one we end up reading.
We are in orbit around the planet of the time vortex, the focus of all the timelines of our galaxy.
That's a lot to lay on you, the first, 30 seconds of this cartoon. This was a Saturday morning cartoon for children.
Oh, what is that? It's like a humanoid
goose.
Okay, yeah, like a griffin goose type critter.
Well, every part of their body draws my attention. There's the angel wings.
Yeah.
There's the goose head, and there's also the feet.
And the furry underwear.
Yeah, which I think that's just their fur.
Probably.
And they're holding what looks like the Tesseract.
Yeah, no, I think that's I don't know what that is. Oh, it's one of their recorder things.
The travelers are returning.
Before we go any further, I just want to say that the sound effect of the feet
What a trip, Bones.
that they put in very quietly, I really love that.
Yes.
Even just observing, not touching anything for fear of changing some piece of history.
Okay, so this is bothersome to me because the lip flaps are just so poorly done.
What's the matter? Bones?
That in William Shatner, bless, sounds like he's mumbling to begin with, like he's never really been in a recording booth before, and so it's just like, but then like it doesn't match.
Kirk to Enterprise.
It sounds like he literally phoned it in, like they called him on a 1970s phone and just said, can you say this? And then he did, and then they used that.
I think you're right.
Who's he, Jim? What do you mean, who's he? You know Mr. Spock.
He looks so salty, the way that they draw him, and he kind of is, but like, they really capture that essence.
They really do.
Afraid I don't, Jim.
They don't change expression at all!
So to catch everybody up, nobody knows who Spock is, And Spock doesn't seem upset. He hasn't said anything.
No,
He's just
Spock
kinda
is Spock. Kirk seems upset, but only because he like his words are upset, but he says them in a very nice monotone. You know.
What do you mean, who's he?
What do you mean?
Their
Scotty?
eyebrows don't even move.
No.
I don't know what's going on, but the first officer of this ship will be treated with respect.
Captain, I assure you no one has ever treated me otherwise.
What?
Who are you?
He's been your first officer for 5 years.
Captain, I have come to the conclusion that this is not a game.
You could use that sound so well in so many different ways.
That's probably my favorite part so far.
Spock is like, do I look like that?
Am I a joke to you?
But if it's reality, what happened?
Say that for the past year and a half that we've been through.
Something appears to have changed the present as we know it.
I can't find one thing we did when we were in the vortex that could possibly have affected the future.
You can't find one single thing that they did that could have possibly created a butterfly effect.
No.
It seems, Captain, I'm the only one affected.
But I know who you are, and no one else aboard does.
But that red shirt acted like he knew because the red shirt was with them.
That's true.
So he lied.
We can't trust the red shirts. That's why they all get killed off.
We've checked the Starfleet records command at Thalen Asphor.
He looks so sad.
There is no Vulcan named Spock serving with the Starfleet in any capacity.
Oh, look at that face! I feel so bad for him.
You too.
Sarek the Vulcan, ambassador to 17 Federation planets in the past 30 years.
That is not correct.
It is in this case.
Poor Spock, all he has is knowledge, and now none of his knowledge is correct.
His meaning of life.
His wife and son.
Amanda, wife of Sarek, born on Earth as Amanda Grayson.
Okay, I was wondering why her name was Amanda and everybody else's name was Spacey.
Oh, yeah, because she's human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they said she was born on Earth, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The couple separated after the death of their son.
The death of their son?
The wife was killed in a shuttle accident at Lunaport on her way home to Earth.
So this is awkward.
So somehow they don't know they don't know what they've done, but they basically erased Spock by killing his mother and himself as a child. But you would think that would be memorable.
Yeah, and also like how is this Spock still there if it's a paradox? Because I'm so confused already. We still have like 19 minutes of this left.
The boy is recorded as dying during the maturity test.
So they didn't die together. So there's two separate issues here.
Okay.
We've got the mother who's dead, and then we've got he died during one of the tests, the Vulcan tests that they do.
Also, I didn't pay attention to half of what they said because I was just looking at the golden goose person.
I was kind of too. I was like, they're acting like we should know who this is, and I don't know who that is.
A survival test traditional for young males.
Wait, so they just put 7-year-olds through survival tests?
Yes, they do. It's a big thing on Vulcan in order to basically come of age, and it's sort of a survival of the fittest type of thing. It's a little bit barbaric in that, like, the Vulcans don't call it barbaric, but it's basically barbaric because they just sort of send them out and they're like, yeah, go survive. And if I remember correctly, in the I don't know if this is in the original series or if it's in some of the addendum stuff that they added, Spock was not required to do it since he was half human, but he was determined to do it because he was half human and he wanted to prove that he could be just as much of a Vulcan as the rest of them.
And so what you're saying is he would win the Hunger Games?
Yes.
Because he's basically been through a Hunger Games.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, basically. There you go. Yeah.
The date was
The 20th day of Tasmin. Saved my life in the desert when I was attacked by a wild animal.
Sorry. You okay? You guys can't see this, but my cat Perry, and we're watching somebody else's cat. If you hear jingling, that's what that is. It's the little kitty collars. Every time I hear it, I'm like, Santa! But
sorry, guys.
they're just about to pull my new curtains down. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
That was the day my cousin saved my life in the desert when I was attacked by a wild animal.
What was his name?
I do not recall clearly. He called himself Selleck.
He doesn't
just like Tom Selleck.
he doesn't recall clearly, but he definitely remembers the name.
Did Selleck look like you do now?
I believe so, Captain. And I know what you're thinking. It was I who saved myself that other time.
Wait, what?
I love him so much.
He vaguely remembers himself going back and saving his younger self, but that hasn't happened in this timeline yet, so this, I guess, is forcing it to happen in this timeline?
Also, he remembered the name, but he didn't, like, grow up and look in the mirror and be like, that's that guy that saved my life.
Apparently not. Wasn't that memorable?
It's like Back to the Future, when you're
Yes.
like, did Marty's parents never realize, like, hey, that guy that got us together, that looks just like our kid.
But this time, you were in Orion's past with us when the historians had the time vortex replay of Vulcan history. You couldn't be in two places at once, so you died as a boy.
What?
I feel like I need to take some notes.
Is it possible for Spock to return to Vulcan and repair the timeline that has been broken so all is the same as before?
No pressure.
If no other major factor is changed.
I do not remember everything.
You have to remember, for you and your mother to live.
Why did the mother died on a ship, I thought they said. I don't see what one has to do with the other, but that's
He died, and then his mother was like, and
I guess
also
I'll
died.
die.
I guess I'll die.
I will need a Vulcan desert soft suit.
You've got it. I'll order the wardrobe section to prepare it now.
Oh, they have a wardrobe.
This change in the timeline will put you in my place. Yet I'm not aggrieved.
This will put you in my place, yet I am not aggrieved.
Yeah, they're just willing this poor guy out of existence.
And he's just like, it's cool.
Also, we're just skimming past the fact that they have a wardrobe, so like, you know, I feel like Spock and Kirk just kind of sneak down there and like try on clothes when nobody's looking.
It's fashion. They just have an Edna mode down there.
Uh-huh.
In your time plane, you will live, and so will your mother. That is valuable.
Guy's the nicest guy on the planet.
He's just like, yes, it's cool. I mean, you're just rewriting my whole existence. It's cool. It's fine, you know.
Live long and prosper in your world, Commander Spock.
Will he live long and prosper though? I'm unclear.
I hope, well, because he'd be erased from this existence, because this, I guess, is an alternate timeline, and so he'd be erased from that existence, but I guess maybe not erased completely, so hopefully he'll live long and prosper. What about Griffin Dude? Like, where did Griffin Dude come from?
Apparently, he's just there.
Oh, there's the wardrobe.
Spock.
Oh, it's just one bag.
It's just a bag.
I was kind of hoping it was like
it's
a big
just a messenger
room.
bag.
I wish to visit the planet Vulcan, 30 Vulcan years past. The month of Tasmeen.
So that means that Spock is 37 years old? I thought he was older than that.
I don't know how Vulcans age, but...
I mean, I know that they don't age that fast. They have longer lifespans anyways.
Cats, please don't pull anything off of anything else.
The animation is just top-notch.
Oh, 70s animation was so good.
It's good that Spock doesn't have many emotional, like, facial expressions, because they can't draw those for
They
anybody.
didn't trust themselves to draw facial expressions.
No, not for anybody.
Personal log, stardate 5373.5. Subjective time.
Subjective time.
I have returned to the past in an attempt to restore the future.
They just sent him by himself?
Yeah!
I am home, and I had almost forgotten its beauty.
He's got kitten heels on.
They're working for him.
Arthur, barbarian, you're a tyran, Spock. You could never be a true Vulcan. That is not true. My father, your father brought shame to Vulcan. He married a human.
Okay, first of all, screw those kids. Second of all, the fact that all the children have the eyebrows.
Yes.
Is very funny.
It is.
What?
Well, okay.
My apologies, visitor. I regret you are witness to that unfortunate display of emotion on the part of my son.
He blames him.
Live long and prosper.
I can't do that with this
either.
hand. I can only do it with this hand.
My name is Selleck, an humble cousin descended of T'Pel and Sasak.
I feel like he's had this identity. Like, first of all, he could barely remember what this guy's name was, and now he has like a whole generational map. You know,
I am journeying to the family shrine to honor our gods.
begot of, and I'm gonna visit my shrine. It's like, buddy, how long have you been crafting this identity?
It feels like this is his like original character in a fanfic that he uses, and he's just like, he pulls it out of his back pocket. He's like, this is who I am now.
Will you break your journey with us for a while, cousin?
I am honored.
The one eyebrow goes up.
It was only that It seemed I know you.
They go back out.
A family resemblance to our forefathers, no doubt.
So he does vaguely recognize Spock, and Spock's like, yeah, we have a common ancestor, so it's cool. And Sarek's like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever.
Spock, being Vulcan means following disciplines and philosophies that are difficult and demanding of both mind and body.
Why are you half naked, Spock? Why are you wearing a wrestler's
It makes me very uncomfortable.
The time draws near when you will have to decide whether you will follow Vulcan or human philosophy.
Our kids have an identity crisis.
At 7.
Vulcan offers much. No war.
The one eyebrow.
His eyebrow keeps twitching up and down. Like, the animators were like, we're just gonna reuse this one animation, and we're just gonna, instead of make facial expressions, we're just gonna have his eyebrow go up and down.
It was one snarky animator, and they were just like, he needs more facial expressions, and he was just like...
Any child has much to learn. My young cousin has a more difficult road to travel than others.
So I guess there's no, like, real resemblance to being half human.
Yeah, no, as far as I am aware, like, I guess Vulcans are more the dominant trait, and so they've got still the pointy ears and the pointy eyebrows.
Because they look very close to humans.
Yes.
Just with the ears.
Yeah, and Amanda, there's been a couple of different ways. She had trouble getting pregnant with Spock because they're two different species, human and Vulcan. And so, like, if I remember correctly, they had to work and either gene splice. I'm not entirely certain. I think it's a bunch of hand-wavy stuff. But basically...
He's a miracle baby.
He's a miracle baby.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Spock will find his way. I seem to have lost track of time.
Soon you will undergo your test of adulthood in the desert.
They really could have given him any outfit. Other than that.
Any outfit.
To survive for 10 days without food, water, or weapon on Vulcan's forge will demand more of you than anything ever has.
He's 7!
Good God.
To fail once is not a disgrace for others. If you fail, there will be those who will call you a coward all your life.
Okay. Boy.
I'm sure this is solid parenting.
Chaya, what if I'm not a true Vulcan like they say?
Aw, he has a pet
saber-tooth
wolf.
Wolf?
The timeline seems to have changed again. My memory is quite clear regarding the date my cousin saved my life.
The memory is quite clear, but he said it wasn't clear. Like, make up your mind, Spock. Come on.
It's not clear, I just remember the exact date and time.
Yeah, but other than that... Oh, now he's covered.
Thank God.
I have to do it alone.
Of course. I should have remembered. It wasn't the actual Cos-1 ordeal.
Oh my God, I'm so confused.
Chaya, go home. You are too old and too fat for this.
Oh my God!
That's how you reward loyalty? My goodness.
He's been given a complex, and now he wants to give his pet a complex.
It's
a vicious
literally
cycle.
Kicking the dog. He's gonna cry. He throws up his hands.
The personal ordeal upon which I embarked was meant to determine the course my life would take.
It doesn't look like a child.
Is it supposed to be him, or is it supposed to be Big Spock?
I don't know.
Sarek, our son and the visitor are gone. Don't think he'd harm Spock.
I don't know, Amanda.
I know that's their thing. They don't have emotion, but just calmly talking about his kid maybe being abducted. Jeez.
You know. Oh.
It's a dragon.
Yes. Oh.
Which just got body slammed.
What?
Wow.
Oh, he Vulcan nerve pinched it, I think. That was what that was supposed to be. Because a Vulcan nerve pinch is, and I don't think it's actually anatomically possible. It sort of is. So basically you pinch a portion of your neck and you pass out.
And he also went full cowboy.
He
Vulcan
did.
Cowboy. It was really
yeah.
cool.
It was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen Spock do.
Chaya, good boy.
Aww.
I suggest we move away from this area before the Lamachia regains consciousness.
So how many kids do you think tried to do a Vulcan nerve pinch on each other? Because I would have as a kid. I'd be like, wait, I can make somebody pass out, and then I try to do it.
Yes.
Thank you for helping me. And Chaya.
It was my duty, Spock.
He has he could do that thing that everybody wants to do, where it's like, I'm you from the future, and he's not doing it.
Do you think I'll ever be able to do that neck pinch as well as you?
I dare say you will.
Aww.
And Mother says I should. But then she goes...
She is a human woman with strong emotion and sensitivities. She embarrasses you with those traits. There is some human blood in my family line. It is not fatal.
There's human blood in my family line. It's not fatal. That's a t-shirt. That's a mug.
Yeah. We need that on a mug.
Yeah, we do.
Logic offers a serenity humans seldom experience in full.
Good for you.
Hichaya!
Did he die?
The La Mancha struck him with its poison claws in the fight.
What?
Oh, he's not dead, but I think he's dying.
Oh.
Is he dying?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate when animals get hurt. I was just talking about this in a different video.
I can bring a healer here. Will you stay with him?
I guess that means yes. Because I think he was supposed to nod, but he just kind of...
I know there is pain. I can help a little.
Yeah, because Vulcans are touch telepaths, and so they can, like, take away some pain, and they can knock people out, sort of. Okay.
He doesn't have time for that.
The hour is late. I trust your errand is urgent.
Most urgent, healer.
That's how you talk to a child.
Oh, yes.
I have heard of you. I have heard of a tendency toward what humans call practical jokes.
I did that once, 2 years ago.
2 years and he hasn't lived it down. Also, you're completely right. When I put clips in, it's gonna look like the sound is off. It's not.
It's not. We
it's
swear.
not. It's just the lip flaps are really bad.
Yeah.
Healer, please hurry.
Don't just drag your feet. Please hurry. Wait, what?
You made the desert crossing most efficiently.
Yeah, because he had
a sweet ride.
Yeah.
I wanted to lose him.
A Vulcan would face such a loss without tears.
Don't cry.
It has been too long. No antidote known will save his life.
No.
I can prolong his life, but he will be in pain. Or I can release him from life.
Put him down?
Aww.
This is a children's cartoon.
This is so sad.
Release him. It is fitting he dies with peace and dignity.
He's 7.
Oh my god.
This is awful.
There was a decision to be made. A direction for my life had to be chosen. I chose Vulcan.
I thought he was gonna say I chose death.
If you will excuse me now, I have some business to conduct with schoolmates.
Business?
A demonstration of the Vulcan neck pinch.
He's gonna kick their ass.
Yes.
Try to understand your son.
A strange request, but I will honor it.
We don't care about kids here.
Especially not my half-human kid.
I sent the others up to the ship. What happened?
So, now that he's presumably fixed the timeline, did the other guy just dissolve?
Yeah, what was...
What was that like
what
for
was
them?
Kirk doing the whole time? Was he just sitting there and he just saw him disintegrate and he was like, oh, he must have done it. Good for him.
Like the snap!
He just... Oh gosh, he got snapped. He disintegrated.
Or was it like a glitch?
What if he melted?
Died.
Ooh.
Like the Wicked Witch.
One small thing was changed this time.
I don't think it's a small thing.
A pet died.
A pet? Well, that wouldn't mean much in the course of time.
It might, to some.
It might for some. Exactly, Kirk, you
Okay,
heartless
here's the thing.
jerk.
Vulcans don't really do emotions well, so Spock is off the hook. What's Kirk's excuse?
He's a heartless bastard, as that's his excuses. My goodness.
My nose is running. I'm so upset at him.
Enterprise, this is the captain. 2 to beam up.
I mean, they practically put the poor thing to sleep in his arms, and and Spock is still mourning, even though he's not. And Kirk's like, "Meh, we're fine. Timeline's right. It's cool."
Kirk's like, "Get back on the ship. Mystery Science Theater is on."
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, well, well. So you two finally got back from your vacation.
All right, I want him to do the Vulcan neck pinch to somebody. I don't really care who.
I've got my medical scanners all set up for a Vulcan. I have to recalibrate every time I run a physical on you, Spock.
Just make him feel like a bother while you're at it.
If the times were different, you would have to recalibrate for an Andorian.
If that was supposed to be a joke, Spock, I have to remind you, Vulcans don't tell jokes.
You're not funny. You're a waste of my time. I don't care about your feelings. Good to have you back, buddy.
We don't care about your pets. We don't care that your best friend basically died in your arms when you were 7.
Times change, Doctor. Times change.
That was a lot for a cartoon.
That was a whole lot. That took a dark turn.
It really did, and then it just never got better, and they were just like, okay, cool, we're done. And it's like, but he...
Poor
like,
Spock.
I've had multiple animals die in my arms. That's traumatic.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's the worst.
This is a children's Saturday morning TV cartoon.
Well, kids, here's the thing. Sometimes things die. And who better to teach them that but Spock?
And you just gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep on going.
Basically, hey kids, your pets are gonna die and no one's gonna care. The end. Gosh, that's horrible.
No wonder everybody's like, because now people are like, well, I think that we should get bereavement leave if a pet dies. Like that's now a thing that people are talking about. But up until now, like, you know, this is 2021. This is why, because people were like, well, the pet died. Oh well. It's like, no, you don't understand. This is his only friend.
They're furry friends. I need another tissue. Not because I'm crying, but because my nose is running.
Yeah. Well.
But I almost did cry. Yeah, so according to the cartoon, Spock had a terrible childhood.
Yeah.
And Captain Kirk is an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And McCoy is just McCoy.
He's just McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would not be the way I would choose to introduce putting an animal to sleep. But I mean, you know, I guess it sort of had good, not really a good message, I guess. It suck it up, Buttercup, I think was the message.
That was the message of all of the 1970s, now that I come to think about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's to be fair to them. But yeah, that was awful. I mean, like, the poor thing, it died. And after he went to all the trouble to bring the healer, and, like, he died anyways. And I guess maybe that's a good life lesson to learn, but maybe not at 7. I mean, like you can try your best and it's still not good enough. Like, that's another life lesson. But I didn't want to learn that at 7. I mean, I think I did, but I didn't want to learn it at 7.
I don't want to learn that at 24.
No.
And I already knew it, but I didn't want to be reminded
of
it.
No. I mean, knowing something and being reminded of it are two separate things. Yeah. So that was...
Also, it's kind of accidentally a good lead into the carnage of the next thing we have to talk about.
There you go.
So,
okay.
Yeah. We're going to wrap this video up here.
Yes.
Natasha's going to stick around and film a second video.
I am.
So keep your eyes peeled for that, but thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. I have a tissue in my hand. I'm just going to put that down there. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around. I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. And this is technically Natasha.
Technically on a good day.